called the Biafra region. So, Mochineke, before I go on to do Biafra, I want to make this, I will say, announcement. Yesterday, we have one of our DOS member, which is Mazi. He made a very wonderful broadcast yesterday on BTV. We could not be able to share that broadcast on Radio Biafra. But I promise all of you, by tomorrow, we are going to air it on Radio Biafra. So, if you never listen to that broadcast, you go to BTV, Biafran TV Europe, you listen to it, know why we are here, know the way forward, know what the IPOB family have been passing through. You can get more information from that broadcast. So I really appreciate all of you, or encourage all of you to go and listen to that broadcast. Is very, very important. Before we jump into this, our topic today, which is very, very important, of every topic we will bring here is very, very important, especially these two topics today. Meanwhile, agriculture, farming, and the holding our politicians accountable. The politicians we are holding accountable, for me, my own side, I am not interested on the politicians of Nigeria. I'm interested on the politicians of Biafra land, from the local government chairman to the what is it called, the Senate, down to the governors. That is the people we are going to hold accountable today, which they are going to, most of them are going to explain to us what achievement they have given to our society for the past 20 years. Most of them have been in that seat. Some 20, some 19, some 15 years. So we are going to ask them questions today together, argue it together. If any of you know any of them who have done wonderfully well, you can still come off here and tell us why you have done well and where he does it, or even to give us evidences. We will not tolerate where you ask us questions, we'll answer your question. Maybe when we go around to ask you a simple question, you will jump around. That means we are going to bring you down. Question here is, if you ask, we answer, we ask you, you need to go straight to the point. Jumping around is what we don't want. Insulting or embarrassing people is what we don't tolerate in this particular app. But putting head together, argument, or to disagree to agree is much welcome here. So don't feel afraid or feel embarrassed you coming in to ask us questions. We will appreciate that. If you have any of your listeners, even Nigeria government, even some of our politicians, some of their PAs, if you have any opportunity to come and ask us questions, honestly, we are going to appreciate it. We are going to give you the platform to explain to Biafrans why your governor or your senate have done wonderfully well in Biafra land. So we are going to continue this program. We will look forward to see people like that to come around to join us in this particular program so that it can be very, very interactive. So Radio Biafra, personally, I want to thank you for your consistency of coming every Sunday. It's not easy. It's not easy. But you are not doing it for me or doing it for anybody. You are doing it for yourselves as well. So I really want to appreciate you, my brother. You know, here when we appreciate our own, some people get jealous. But that is who we are. We will keep on appreciating ourselves so that we will have that energy to work and to go forward. Mazi, thank you so much. I will stand by Radio Biafra. Go ahead.
Mazi. Thank you very much. To our listeners and participants, you are going to give us a few seconds. We're about to be connected to the community, IPB Community Radio and Biafra Television Europe in few minutes, and then we can continue our conversation in earnest. Just a minute or two, please. Thank you. Ndewonu Muchineke. Thank you once again. We are yet to be connected, but once we do, I will also bring to your notice so that our brothers and sisters, our comrades, our friends who do not have access to X may be able to follow this program even on radio. So thank you very much once again. Land of the rising sun we love and cherish. Beloved homeland.
Biafra, please, we are forgetting something. Please, my brother, it just come to my mind now. Before we
The
start,
1 minute
yeah.
silent.
Yes, please do that, please. Endeavor.
Okay, Ndewo, sir. Thank you for reminding me of that. I couldn't put it down. Yes, as we have agreed when it was suggested by one of our participants here, I can't remember who, that we should observe minutes of silence for our fallen heroes in all these programs that we are holding, which we agreed. So this very moment, we are going to do exactly that. Let me set the clock. We are going to do exactly that. So in 1, 2, 3. May the souls of our fallen heroes and heroines continue to rest in power and fight for Biafra in the other side of the world until Biafra is fully restored. Ise, Ise, Ise. I want to believe that I am coming out.
Mazi, you are coming out wonderfully well. Go ahead.
Ndewo Nyisi, Ndewo Nyisi. I'm going to read from a few stanzas of our national anthem, and then from there we'll kickstart our first topic. Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. And not to count the cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness to make this climb the land of righteousness. Once again, you are welcome. The intriguing thing about this anthem is the only place I have seen the word rule and serve being used in the same sentence. That is to give you a little idea as to the kind of leadership that are expected to be in IPOB. So once again, our topic for the first topic is our farm, our future. Our farm, our future. our farm, our future. Join the agricultural revolution now. Join the agricultural revolution now. Join the agricultural revolution now. Revolution, revolution, revolution. That is a key word that has been attached to this agriculture that we are talking about. We are not saying just join it. We are not saying passively participate. We are letting you understand that this has to be done with a revolutionary mindset. This has to be done with a revolutionary mindset. What is a revolutionary mindset? What could that be? How, what are we trying to bring out from Biafrans when we say that we should do this with a revolutionary mindset? What does it really mean to you as an individual, to us as a people, when we say that our call to go back to our farms to ensure our agricultural sustainability should be heard or should be adhered to with a revolutionary mindset?
your topic today and your explanation. For me, I am going through this way. Do you know that in this world there are three main principles, three main things that hold the country, that makes a country more stronger? These are the three things people might look down on it, but without these three things, your country really doesn't go further. One of them is your doctor, your nurses and doctors. So you put it under hospital. The second one are your teachers. Without your doctors, all of you, most of our people won't be alive. You'll be sick. Then secondly is your teachers. Without them, there won't be any education impacted on your people. The third is the farmers. See, it's like here in the Western world. I've learned something. They like Canada here now. We have farmers, a lot of farmers. Um, and these farmers are actually subsidized by our government. And then you see a farmer will have 200, 300 acres of land. And all he's doing is probably grain, your corn. He will plant corn everywhere for grain. A small space in your home. You have now, if you've conquered hunger, you won't have to, that money you used to go buy tomatoes, you literally saved it for something better. And then we have what we call small scale farmers. If you have a plot of land, two plot of land, you can grow. Do you know in China that they take these are our banana leaves, everything, both banana leaf, the stem, the head, when the banana is growing, that little red part of it, they actually use all these things for different purposes. Like none of these things goes to waste. Some they use them to make synthetic hair. These are things called that comes out of farming. So if we all start rejecting farming, if we all run away from farming, And then your kids, what happened to your kids? They start from where you stop again. Maybe they won't even be able to get anything from you. They just become nothing. But the Western man would build. He will actually build something that will benefit his future. A farmer in Canada, his farm, his third, fourth generation of his family will be benefiting from it. This is the benefit of farming. And then we have the people that all these are rich men. Instead of investing in all those things, we have. Did you know that recently we do shipping? When I tried to ship stuff from Nigeria, yeah, I couldn't. It was so expensive. But then you go to Ghana. Ghana right now, Ghana is the biggest supplier of yam in Canada. Biggest supplier of yam. You ask yourself why. When I was growing up, I didn't move. I was here and a banner. Well, I didn't debate here and what they do here. But no, it's very cheap. But you cannot find it in Canada because our people now take away, they put all their mind out for farming. They are more interested in importing this, importing that. Not importing things that will benefit farmers, not importing things that will make growth come to the country. No, they import useless things. Sorry. Very important that makes no sense. So, my brothers and sisters, we need to start investing in farming. Those rich ones that don't know you don't want to farm, okay, take that your money and buy the products of our small farmers. Buy them and ship them out. Use that your investment. Buy those products from small farmers. You have provided job for them. You've provided income for them. And then take those things. You can sell it for a higher price to the Western world. That is how you grow a country. That is how you grow your economy. That is how you grow yourself by investing. Take it. You see those little things our people. It's like you go to a bar now. They say Abba made. They call it Abba made. It's like saying China made. Abba made is a very great product if our people invest in it. Farming. If you can invest in farming, even by importing the equipment, those little equipment that wouldn't cost much for a farmer, those little things that will make it easier for them, import things like that. Create a financing system. If you're a mathematician, you might say you have a brain to think. You create a financing system where even a farmer that doesn't have enough money, because you know he's going to farm and he has land, he's going to farm and bring profit. You can lease something to them, those equipment. You can sell those equipment to them to do their farming. Those are ways that we need to grow our community, our state, our own land. Investing in farming is not only just living a flashy life, want to show everybody you have better. No. Once you're dead, you have nothing. You're just on that dust, which we are going to come and grow on top of you. So be smart, invest in farming, or I'll go BHE. The way it's happening right now in that country, when it actually hits hard, even your money cannot even buy a loaf of bread.
know how you cannot hear me.
Okay,
Can you hear me now?
maybe Afri Dominion has problem with his own network.
No,
We are
Mazi.
going to have IPOB Dundalk Island. Please,
Hello?
Ireland, can you please?
Afri Domino, just come down. I will resolve the problem. I will call him. Just hold on. Don't worry.
Okay. Mazi, we can hear him. Am I coming out clear?
Hold on, Mazi,
Is
don't
there a
talk, Chere.
problem?
Mazi, don't talk.
IPOB
Hold on.
Dundalk.
Afri Dominion put Obiko because Sonia were the mic. Afri Dominion go on. Why Mazi KK speak to the radio host?
Okay, I thank you very much. My brothers, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much. So this subject matter about our farms, our future, and how the agricultural revolution is very imperative to our achievement of a Biafran republic. It's a very, very timely subject that we are addressing. Food is a Maslow need. Those of us who are familiar with the hierarchy of needs of human being, food is very, very important. And okay, thank you very much. So this subject matter about food security, our farms, our future, and how the agricultural revolution is very imperative to our achievement of a Biafran republic. It's a very, very timely subject that we are addressing. Food is a Maslow need. Those of us who are familiar with the hierarchy of needs of human being, food is very, very important. And this subject of self-sufficiency and food security for Biafra is very, very, very important. Many of us will remember that when the Daura Dollard Buhari was president of the zoo, and the IMF sent a new president to come and visit Nigeria, he specifically told the American that all the agricultural projects that is coming to the zoo from the World Bank should not be put anywhere outside of northern Nigeria. So when you look at a place like Kaduna State, since after the war, all the monies and all the loans, agricultural loans, all the World Food Program loans, all the Food and Agricultural Organization, UN money that comes into the zoo, all of it has been concentrated mostly in northern Nigeria to the exclusion of Biafra land. The intention of that is to starve our people, which is the same way that if you look at the geographic location of all the military installations, they are positioned in such a way that Biafra land is garrisoned in. So for us to be self-sufficient in agriculture, very, very, very important, especially now that it's becoming clear that we shall achieve Biafra in the not too distant future. They may try to blockade the ports so that we can bring in food. But agriculture has changed, over the years. It is difficult to farm now without fertilizer. And how do you bring in fertilizer to farm? And even food, the way we know the food chain, it has changed. A significant part of Biafra still depends on the northern part of the zoo for things like onions, for example, things like beans. A lot of rice is grown in Abakaleke, so we have some sufficiency in that, in the Ebonyi axis. But what about vegetables? The subsistence farming, where we have a garden in the backyard to grow ugu and oha and all these simple staples, that is okay. But farming now has gone industrial. So there may be a need for us to come together. Those professional farmers who understand farming, they can start a mentorship program where we teach it in schools to our young people. Even if we have to bring in genetically modified seed, if we have to incorporate greenhouses, whether we have to also bring in organic food, then a lot of seeds that we have, in Biafra land that we haven't exploited. And then we need to also do a survey of the entire Biafra land. In what part of Biafra land, for example, in the highlands of Ogoja or in Enugu, in the highlands, what are the best cash crops or food crops that we can cultivate in those areas, for example. So once we have done a survey and mapped it, we can actually now start to, have a plan. We can build silos to store grains just in case, of any emergencies. Many years ago, when I went from New Jersey to go do some work with a zoo merchant named Atoeze, I had the opportunity to go into 100-hectare farm, which he said the Nigerian government gave to him in Enugu. 100 hectares. And this, when I was researching that particular farm, I found out from the documents that he gave me to look at for him that that farm was actually part of the farm that was started by Chief Michael Opara or Dr. Mike Opara of Yor. So we do have farmland. This false narrative that we don't have land in Igbo land and all or in Biafra land, all of those things are false. You see. So what we need to do, one, on the technical side, we need to find out what are the best tropical food crops that we can plant. Two, what are the best available technology for we to use to grow food on an industrial and mechanical scale. On the financial side, what are the monies that are available from bilateral institutions for farming? There's quite a lot of money available. We don't have to depend on the zoo or on their budget, because most of that is concentrated for northern people. Now, outside of farming is not just plants. There's also such thing as animal husbandry. Those of us in our 50 will remember that there's something called Efi Igbo. We have our own cattle. We don't have to depend on cattle from the zoo or for Fulani to go to Gariki for meat. We don't need to. We can genetically actually, do insemination and come up with our own form of cattle that is resistant to fly bats or whatever has made it impossible for us to have a cattle that is Biafran, where we have to wait for Burkina Faso or Senegal or Mali or Kanu, Kaduna to give us cattle for protein, for meat. We don't have to depend on them. Then for fishing, we have a lot of rivers across Biafra land where we can fish. So between fishing, cattle rearing, goats, sheep, and plants, we are able to do these things. And then we also need to standardize, the land, the legal side of it. Once land has been registered and zoned for agricultural needs, not for the kind of fancy real estate developments that the fifth columnist city boys are doing in Asaba. Those kind of land should actually be for our agriculture. So I thank you very much for the opportunity. I yield the mic.
Thank you, my brother. There's something you said actually that I would like to. You see, the issue of GMO, I don't think that is a good idea because if you come to a lot of cancer going on, those things are not good for the body. So we should stick to natural products instead of a GMO. That's just it. We shouldn't even think or even debate on the issue of GMO. It shouldn't even come into our land. There are countries that do not even need that. So I don't know why we have to even think about that. Thank you.
May I respond to that?
Mazi, please wait
Oh,
before you respond. Angel Biafra, are you in? Are you with us now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. Please, so please take over. Mazi, if you want him to respond, go ahead. Mazi, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can.
I thank you very much. One thing that is clear and uncontested is that food, grains, for example, as we know them, have changed significantly. And because of population growth, a lot of help is required in how we grow food. Some of the food, in their natural form, are not resistant to erosion, for example. And Biafra land, especially the part of Biafra land that I hail from, because of erosion, agriculture is not very sustainable. So certain crops, for them to grow and be resistant, require some form of modification. You see,
Okay.
so not all of it
Sorry.
is bad. So
Sorry. I think that's okay. First of all, anything that you have to modify is not good for you. It's not natural any longer. And in the fact, in as much as there are countries in this world that actually has those kind of things, erosion and everything, but that does not stop you. That's why it's called Biafra land. If your area has erosion, then your neighbor doesn't. Your next neighbor doesn't. You can in your own home still also do it. So it's not the fact of erosion. Those are anything modified is not functional. It's not functional. It's not good for the human body. So let's not even think about that. Thank you. Post, are you there? You can
Okay.
take over.
Yes. I was thinking maybe he will come, but I think he has dropped from the speaker session. I think somebody he has dropped. I was thinking he was going to say something in response, but that is it. Of course, yeah. You spoke about the GMO. You picked that up, you know, and I was just kind of giving you a thumbs up because immediately that GMO was mentioned, the thing just kind of sounded somehow in my ears, and thank God you attend to it. Afraid Dominion, you have requested, I've picked you. I don't know why, but you can always come back and share your thoughts. I believe you wanted to say something in response to that. I'll pick you for the last time. If it's not able to come up, then I don't know what else I would do. Okay.
Please,
no,
Is anybody
no,
okay? We
I'm
have
on. I'm able to
okay. I think
respond. So
yeah. Go ahead. The network is bad. I don't know if it's mine or yours. It's
it
breaking.
could be it could
Can't hear
be
you very
it
well.
could be either of them. But in order to save time and not get distracted, because it's easy to go off topic, so that this doesn't become about the benefit or
I
lack
don't know if
thereof
others can hear
of
him.
GMO.
I can't hear him.
Maz,
It's
we can hear
breaking.
him. We can hear him and we can also hear you.
Can another person hear him, please?
Yes, Maz, we can hear him and you also.
Is there anybody hearing me?
Yes, I
Loud
can
and
hear you,
clear.
Mazin.
Mazi, what you have to do, like I said, you refresh again. Because the tune do come after 10 minutes, will give you free access. So it's okay. Just let us continue. We are going to rectify the thing. One more question. Go ahead. I don't know who is the first.
Afro Dominion wanted to respond to what I just said. And after that, I
Uh,
think you
yes,
don't talk.
yes, Mazi. I was just indicating that in order to save time and not let us be distracted, by the benefits of GMO and whatnot, I think I will just rest my position. But I think of everything that I have said, the topic is on point. there is need and an imperative importance for us to see how to revive agriculture in Biafra land. I thank you very much and I yield.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. IPOB Dundalk, the mic is yours. You were next after him. Yeah, you are next. Go on, my brother.
Okay. Chineke, thank you very much for having me. Our farm, our future. That is a very interesting topic. We discussed that yesterday in our BTV TikTok, and today I want to expatiate it a little bit by bringing divided it into three sections. The benefit. Am I coming out?
Yes, go on. I think it's just from the host part. Go on.
Okay. So I would like to classify expatiate it in three categories. The first is the historical lesson we should learn from our farm and our future. And the second is to destroy the caliphate agenda. And the third, which I see most of us talk more on, is solving the economic hardship and also criminality in Biafra land. The first one which I tag historical lesson is based on what happens to us during the Biafran genocide, how children were starved to death. Millions of children, according to Frederick Forsyth's historical account, and also even the Harold Wilson Labour Party. This is their Foreign Office documents that stated this policy, which they are part of. This is not mere accusation or what is their confession, and also from the Nigerian government confession through their BBC interviews. That they call it war of that is a part of war strategy, and the Harrod of Labour government denied the pictures of children, but their own thing supported the war of that. So why I'm not going in that, but I'm trying to bring reasons why our people should take it, so serious to support this move or agenda of farming. What happens to us? How toddlers, because of the starvation, you can see what the present Nigerian government, their behavior will tell you they are ready to do worse than what they did 50 years ago. If they can be so demonic to use such strategy to kill millions of children, that should be a wake-up call for us to take farming very, very serious. From lessons of history, how toddlers, we are talking about children between 2 to 6 years, died, cried and gave up their ghost because of hunger, because of economic, because of food blockade. So our people should learn from that history, knowing fully well the calibers of people in the presence in Nigerian government, their kind of behavior, people with no soul. And you can see what is happening currently to tell you that you should take it very, very serious. That it shouldn't be, we shouldn't be preaching about it. It's something that you should have at the back of your mind, that this is a lesson that you should take serious. We do not want what happened 60 years ago to happen to our toddlers. This is the first lesson I want us to drive up from this, so that it will be in every of our mind. The second one, which is destroying the caliphate agenda. We know that the caliphate wanted our land. When we hear about Japa trying to create a hostile environment so that our people will see our land very uninhabitable for us to live. That's why when most of us, we travel abroad, we don't want to come back, using roadblock and all this to able to make us force migrate out of our land so that they can occupy our land. You can see the kind of things they are doing in our land to make us leave our land. But when we focus on farming, that will make that agenda very, very hostile for them. We have an ECSN protecting our farmers now. So this strategy will help to destroy that caliphate agenda of this policy of creating self-exile, so that they will quietly occupy and take over our land. And lastly is solving the economic hardship and the criminality. Agriculture is a source of employment and is a source of something people should be proud of, that you are producing what you eat. Is what we call self-sufficient. Somebody who can able to produce what he or she can eat, and also help to reduce criminalities. In our TikTok yesterday, one lady from America, she talks about how a pastor, a Nigerian pastor, defrauded her. Is because of those, because of that kind of unemployment. A lot of people, and I won't even give them that reason that
Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I'm receiving the emojis late, so that's understand. That's why my network is a bit. So once again, you are welcome back. This is Biafran Regional Affairs here on X, and today, once again, is the 22nd day of March 2026, and this is the 29th episode 29. We are still on our topic, our farm, our future. Join the agricultural revolution. Join the agricultural revolution. We are revolutionalists in our approach, in our doing, in our very being. We must be revolutionalists in nature so that we can achieve our objective. A revolutionalist is not passive. A revolutionary does not stop where he is asked or she is asked to stop. A revolutionalist is not backed, is not cowed into any kind of corner of status quo. No. Revolutionalist goes against the status quo in a positive way, breaks the status quo and make history and do that which will guarantee that what he or she is fighting for is achieved. And this is agricultural revolution. Now, I heard somebody in the beginning, I think that was Afri Dominion, talking about plants and resistance and modification. And some modification is to be able to resist some kind of maybe pest or you see, you see, there are different kind of modification that our forefathers used to do, and a lot of people still do it today. That's the kind of modification that modification that we are allowed to practice. Crossbreeding is a kind of modification. We used to do that. It gives you a hybrid of a particular species. Even people who raise dogs, people who raise and sell dogs, they do crossbreeding. It happens in plants too. That one, no problem. No problem at all. That one is very okay. For every crawling animal, whatever, whatsoever, every pest, every kind of resistance to it that they cannot eat it, they cannot, and you think is a good thing for you. So please, our focus is to be on the natural food. That is what we are doing. We may not have enough organized, focus, effort with authority to stop certain things from coming into our land as a policy. But we can have educated citizens, educated people who understand their right, who understand their health, who understand the world around them, that can make the right decisions and make the right choices of which plant or which grain they should plant in our land or not, based on the education that they have received. It's really, really important. That is what we're doing, That's why we are doing what we are doing, because we know that the government who are currently in charge of our land will not enforce any policy that is for the betterment of our people. They will not. So all that we need to do is to educate our people so that everybody is armed with knowledge, and then choice can be a little bit, if not easier, but at least informed. At least informed. If you make the wrong choice, at least it will be an informed wrong choice. It will be an informed one. You know why you are choosing it, and you still chose it. But it will not be based on stark ignorance anymore. That is why we are here. So please, I don't know if somebody was speaking when the space went down. If you are the one, please, you can have the mic. Mazi Keke, I don't know, was somebody speaking?
Yes, we have. I don't know if I'm coming out clear because even me here, I'm having delay now. I don't know what's happening.
I can hear you, Mazi, very clear.
Okay, Mazi. Yeah, somebody was speaking, but I don't think join us again. Please, before we continue, Radio Biafra, continually if we are ready, should log out before. It's very important. So that our people will follow. Secondly, we have addressed this matter of emoji. We are not calling for people to
GMO,
plant GMO. Sorry, we are not calling for people to start planting GMO. We don't mention of that to buy food. That thing is the worst seed somebody can put or can put on the soil. This brigade whatever they call them, we don't want it. We want natural food. Any advice on advising our people, even we need to let them to know the difference between the organic seed and the GMO. So very, very important. I don't know why I don't see anybody. I'm not seeing anybody. So that is it. Very much. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you see, we are on radio. We are live on radio, you see. So I just confirmed.
I just came from Aba.
So that people can click and join this interesting program because coming to the topic, our farms, our future. It is a very necessary topic to discuss in times as this, if you ask me, with the current, global, you would you say instability with the current war that is going on and all that, with the Strait of Hormuz being affected. From every indication, you can see the prediction already on its effect on different countries, yeah. And we are not exempted from what we are talking about. When I say we, I mean Nigeria it is currently constructed is not exempted. We, the Biafran people, our host, please, there seems to be some feedback from your end, our dear host, if you can help us mute. We as Biafrans who are also working to free ourselves from this contraction, we cannot help but have this kind of conversation. It is very sad. It is this kind of conversation that should be what should occupy, if you ask me, the social space, because this has to do with our existence. It has to do with our future. But sadly, our youth and many people are engaged in, topics or conversations that will not even advance us, will not advance our current phase, neither will it advance, anything in the future. Now, when we talk about our farm, our future, it is important to understand why this topic, why it matters, why it matters. And if you ask me, I will tell you that farming is not just about food. It's not just about planting. It is about our survival. Farming or our farm is about our livelihood. And some of our brothers in the space have earlier mentioned, our national development. We cannot take this away. And another reason why we should be having this conversation is also to the fact that it highlights the direct link between agriculture and, of course, the future of our communities, the future of our economy, and by extension, our environment. So, having with this understanding why this topic has to be discussed, I would like to also share maybe one or two of the importance of our farms, our future. Yes, we all agree that it provides food security, and very importantly too, it also reduces the dependency on imports. Most of our comrades have highlighted some of the dangers in most of the foods that we import. These food are not, because some of them are not organically grown, and many other reasons that surrounds it. So understanding this would help us to pay close attention to the importance of this topic that we are discussing. Again, when we encourage our people to farm, it also creates jobs. It creates jobs, especially in rural areas, and all of that. It also supports local economy, and it boosts small businesses. I think the co-host, highlighted or cited Canada for an example, trying to make us understand how it helps, or their GDP. It's in many countries, agriculture is a backbone, or is the backbone of some of these countries, their GDP. So why not? Why should we not have this conversation? Why should we not encourage ourselves and encourage our people into, or to get into, or to be part of farming? With this, because let me not take too much time, I would like to also talk about or what if you like, call to action. Call to action, because we will not just it's not enough for us to talk about or highlight these things, of course, highlighting it and talking about it solves half of the problem. And in getting to other areas or trying to solve the other parts of the problem, I think there is a need for us to, take action, take necessary step, take the bold step, as it will help us as a people. It will help our region, the Biafran region, and it also helps our surviving or our survivor, as you may, anyhow you want to put it. And what are some of these actions? I would like to ask that by we have highlighted trying to get grains and support them with materials, that agricultural materials that they can plant. Agricultural seedlings that they can plant. Well, again, materials to also help or to aid the farming is also things that we can also look at, get for our local farmers in order to encourage them. Again, it is also important that we buy their produce. If we encourage people to farm, we encourage ourselves to farm, and we do not buy the produce that comes from this farm. What then is the need of encouraging our people to farm? So it's important that we also buy these organic and local producers. Again, we also encourage young people to explore agriculture. It is very important because, especially in the world that we are now, where people just want to, if it is possible, do not do anything, and begin to ride on ride on the latest cars and all of that. It is not bad to have a big dream. It is not bad to want to But again, what are the means to achieving all of these our dream? And that is why we also encourage young people to explore agriculture, as there is it is lucrative. It is very, very lucrative, especially in the times that we are in the times that we are in now, where we cannot even predict how long the current instability that is going on within the Middle East. So it is very important that our people get to work, which is the call to action that I'm talking about. In closing, our dear host Mazi, I would like to say that if we take care of our farms today, we can be rest assured that our farms will take care of our future. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I would yield the mic here.
Thank you very, very much, Mazi Igudomigodo Biafran. Thank you so very much. Yourself and one other, I think Mazi Kwensu earlier on, also spoke about the people who would like to just live a flashy life instead of actually investing in tangible things that is going to help us. And I've always been thinking always about why these things happen, why people make money and suddenly they want to show off. And I realize that when they were poor and suffering, the kind of poor Nigeria as a system have subjected its people to, it's a very, very dehumanizing poverty. It is that kind of poverty that once you are poor, everybody knows you are poor. So the poverty is very striking, it's very, very visible. So immediately they have any little wind of liberation from this visible, phenomenon, they find a way to also make their success very visible. But the advice to all of us, which is what I picked from the statement that both of you made, is if we calm down and not worry too much about proving to those people that we have made it finally, we will be able to use that opportunity of quiet time to invest in something that will speak for themselves in years to come. You wouldn't need to tell these people that you've made it. They will now realize that half of the food they are eating is coming from your farm. They will now realize that when they're looking for that FIBO to buy, that they told them, go to the farm of this, go to the ranch of this Mazi or the son of that man. Let them be the one to say, that boy, when did he have cow? How did he get that? Wow. That kind of proof of success is what matters and is what we must always preach. I see the female Mazi, your hand is up. Please, the mic is yours. After you, we are going to have Mazi Chinedu Ezi former. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Radio Biafra. I wanted to, I put up my hand and then I put it down. But when you called my name, I said, okay, because what I wanted to touch on, you had mentioned, but I can actually draw from that to make my submission. Um, Earlier on today, I was listening to a song by an old women's group called the Destiny's Child. And it was talking about the independent women. I'm sure it's a song most of us here have probably listened to. And when I was listening to that song as a woman, I was laughing because unfortunately, most of the things that were listed there as having been done for them by themselves, by the singer. She said, the car that I bought, the car that I drive, I bought it. The house that I live in, I bought it. The shoes on my feet, I bought it. The clothes on my back, I bought it. Please, I'm going somewhere. I thought of it and I laughed. And I said, I can't call myself an independent woman because everything that I have now was given to me by my husband, right? Even though I work, I'm hardworking. I've worked, I've earned money. And then I began to think of myself as an entity outside of a human being. And it got me thinking about this topic about farming and self-reliance and the basis for independence. Farming operations have been used in different places worldwide as a means of defense. Defend yourself by planting what you will eat. It sounds very parochial, right? It sounds very simple, but it is very, very true. In Ghana, during the time of President Kwame Nkrumah, there was a farming program that was introduced. I cannot remember the name, but it was either the Green Revolution. I know there was a Green Revolution in Nigeria, there was Operation Feed the Nation. But there was something similar in Ghana in the 70s and the 60s. I wasn't born then, but I came and I heard and I read about it. And it fascinates me whenever I think about how that program was designed. Comrades, listeners, it was so simple, yet it was so effective. Every Ghanaian family that had a father, wife, and children was given a plot of land where they were living, in your compound, in your locality, in your domicile. You plant tomatoes. The next neighbor would plant okra. The next person would plant granite. And then you would exchange without necessarily requiring a central currency. And from what I heard, that experiment was super successful. That it fortified Ghana so much that Ghanaians they felt very uh, they felt very wealthy simply because they felt that their ability to feed themselves had been strengthened. Now, the host said something. That was what made me want to withdraw my submission. He said sometimes you don't need to prove a point to people. Yeah, you see, we focus so much on this things, these things that appear very beautiful in our eyes, these things that come about as a result of direct gentrification, the need to have a fine house, have a fine car, dress well, wear gold, tell everybody I've arrived. But basically, in the time when you need to withdraw and and act differently, do you think it becomes a priority to show the world that you have arrived, Biafrans? I find it pertinent to add this point because there's something that's happening in Nigeria that I see that makes me really wonder. Please, the host, permit me to just touch on this area. This insane, I mean, Nigeria is in a war. Sorry, Nigeria is at war. We are at the fight right now, whether you want to agree with it or not. Yet I see people so much interested in, I don't know, things that do really do not add any value, and they want to use those things to validate themselves. This is the time to go underground and make yourself strong. Make yourself strong with the things that do not make you so sin. Maka, why? There is trouble. There's problem in the land. So please, embrace yourself. Go back to the basics. Till the soil. Till the soil. Dig the earth. You will find a lot of answers to the questions you are asking therein. You will find a lot of answers. Go back to the basics. Till the soil. I'll rest my submission here, Mazi. Thank you very much. And I'm still here. And day one.
Ndewonu, Umuchineke, Ndewonu. Mazi, Nwekwensu, you are still not able to come up. I don't know why. The mic, please, Mazi, former, please have the mic. Mazi Eze former.
Yeah, Mazi, I'm here. Thank you so much.
Is there anything that is so worrisome in this earth? It is the Nigerian network, and something is hellish. I just don't know. And before I start whatever I'm saying, I don't know if I'm coming out, Mazi, please. Hello, Mazi, am I coming out? Please, if I've been here, somebody should let me know. Let it not just be that I'm talking on air.
Mazi, I can hear you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mazi. Please, the zoo is no place like the zoo on earth. There is no light, no health center, no security, no good health, no infrastructure. The whole thing is just haywire. I just don't understand how people before us, we are so quiet, and we walked into this kind of devilish place that they call Nigeria, which we changed the name to zoo. But I think that name zoo, it is an insult to animal, because what I understand in life now is that most animals now have started developing the sense of a human being. Why human beings hide knowledge or ability to reason have been, going down to the ability of an animal. So, Mazi, what I want to say is that when it comes to farming, it is something that we need to do with all our life, as if our life depends on it, because the situation we found ourselves is not funny. Before now, we know how we have been defranchised, and if there is anything that killed us during the war and after the war, it is hunger. And I believe that even hunger killed more of our people than the bullet and bombs and all of those things. And if we had a means of having food, we would have sustained that war. That would have, by now, our issue would have been different. But it would be a very shameful thing that you know what you're supposed to do, and you see them coming, and you were advised, and you were warned, and at the same time, such a calamity fell on us. But God forbid it. That is why I always stand that the best place to be on earth presently now, it is in Radio Biafra, because in here, and most of our people that doesn't, engage in the education that comes from Radio Biafra and all of these our platforms, they always, liken us to most of all these commentators that is in social media. But it is quite different, because if you come to this very place, you will be educated in all ways, financially, in all ramifications. One of the time I was discussing with some group of person, And our people, that is how they reason and think. Most of them, they believe that knowledge is embedded on the person that is more wealthier. And I told them, no, that even fools can be rich, because in Nigeria, you don't tag richness as based on your qualification or your skills and all of those things, just as how connected or somehow by luck. It is only in Nigeria where they pray for riches and they tag it to be luck. Nobody clearly work out his riches. And if you go in that direction, you find that you'll be like a lame man. So I was telling them that when it comes to investment, hotel is not bad, but to me, it seems more of a waste. Someone was doing an estimation on how to, get to fortify, bring in materials of the things he needs to do in his hotel. Before we know, the money runs into 100 and something million. But these are money, if you put it in farming, you'll be more relaxed and you see excessive as in returns. And when it comes to farm, most of all these wealthy men you know in Europe, most of their wealth that they see today, the wealth you see as a generational wealth that have lasted 200 to 300 years. These are wealth that was built from farm, you see. And if you have a hotel or most of all of these things, the passing it to the next generation is very, very, especially in Nigeria, where it is all who you know and who knows you. Then you find out that your child that you schooled in Harvard and all of those places, if he's not around, he cannot continue, because as soon as governments change, or you that is the dad that knows the onion is no longer around, you see that your system, just like Abiola and the rest of them that we know in the past. So farm, and in our situation, which I term that we are the Elohim, and I also thank everyone that has been, working assiduously to see that we revamp our economic position. Is that we have been able to change the mindset of
I can't hear you.
Biafran issue. People listening to you, unlike how it was in the past. Our people think that our place is a very barren land. Our people think more, it is laughable. But presently now, the only thing that is deterring most of them is that they have not done it before. So that is why I always advise most of our brothers that have engaged in it to showcase it. Because our people who are Motarabakaria, if we keep doing this thing and put every one of them and their minds and give most of these merchants to go into our forests, do whatever they like, cut trees, to go back to those to the drawing board. And we have been doing it. So one thing that pains me personally is that all my plans and all what I've stated have not been materialized, and the time is passing, which I'm not happy. But be it that it may be, I must definitely do it, because I planned it, and no matter how it is, it must work out. So we are doing well, and the future is very, very bright. And we started well, and that is why I applaud this very leadership. They say necessity is the mother of invention. If most of the we might not think in this direction. That is why our people say and the no. So we should continue in this very line, and the future is very, very bright for us There is nobody that, if you watch one of the most healthiest people that they have on earth, are their farmers. And with the health challenges that is in our place, these are one of the ways to avert these things. And if you watch the so-called terrorist activities that is in the north, in no short time, there will be very, very scarcity of food. And when it will happen, no matter the billion you possess, no matter what is in your possession, you will not be able to afford food. And it will be very, very sad that you have all the whole money on earth, but there is no food and you cannot afford it. That is why every one of us to do the needful. Mazi, I yield the mic. Thank you so much. May Elohim bless every one of us.
Ndewo, Mazi, thank you very, very much for sharing with us your perspective on this. The call still remains, we must return to our farms. And we must do that with a revolutionary mindset. Last week, we discussed about our stance in Nigeria, about our status. You know, somebody here spoke about subsidy, that farmers in Canada and some of these countries are subsidized heavily, even Vietnam, where some of you get your rice from. The rice farmers, they are heavily subsidized by the government. Now, why do they do that? They subsidize the farming for them so that they can be able to produce enough to take over the foreign market. Let me say that again. Why the governments of some of these countries subsidize their farmers a lot is not just because they want to have enough food. They want to have enough to be able to saturate certain international markets and ensure that they give them the ease to forget about farming, because every time they go to the market, they will find what they need to buy and they will buy it. They drive you into the making money side. Make money. After all, food is available. After all, I can go to market and njide 100,000, njide 200,000, njide ego a na ama buju boot, ma go akpa rice, ma go akpa nnu, ma go akpa nka, ma go akpa nke ọzọ. In your mind, you say to yourself, once I have money, I go to the market, I buy what I need to buy. Why should I farm? You know why you think that? It is because somebody somewhere is subsidizing their farmers and to make sure that they have enough supply, not only to feed them, but to determine how the other market responds. To give them control over your market. And in the beginning, it's always cheaper. It's very cheap. You'll be asking yourself, why is it that the rice they bring from Vietnam, the rice they bring from wherever they're bringing it from, to Nigeria, to Biafra land, is even almost, normally cheaper than the one produced locally? You don't ask yourself why. It is because they have to do that in the beginning until you now relax. Because why? If you go to farm your own rice, 5 kg of rice, let's say it's 5,000 naira, the local rice. Then you go and buy 5 kg of the foreign rice, and they tell you 450 or even 380 or even 350. If that continues consistently for a year, why will you farm rice? Why will you farm rice? You don't need to, because if you farm, yours is still expensive than the foreign one. Why should you farm it? Okay, see, there's rice. Rice is not scarce. We'll start buying. After all, this one said doesn't have stone. After all, this one is neat. This one is fresh. This one is that. This one is that. You gather your money and start buying and stop farming. It is when they get you to that level of comfort like an IT friend told me, he said, as a developer, anything you are developing that does not make the people lazy, then don't do it. Because your goal as an IT person is to invent things that will make people lazy. So online shopping, e-commerce was invented so you can sit in your house and order for what you want to buy without having to go to the shop. You can order food from the comfort of your home without having to walk there to go and buy the food. They give you this comfort so that gradually you will stop doing that one that helps you survive and determines what you eat, how you eat them, how they are planted, and even how you respond to the foreign market. We spoke about we as foreigners, as a colony of Nigeria. The Biafran region is considered by the power that be in Nigeria, the powers that be in Nigeria, that Biafran region is a colony of Nigeria. While the Nigerian government or the Nigerian territory made up of the north and the south, as they refer to them, except Biafran region, these people see us as their colony, while they are the colony of the Britain. So they are suffering from neocolonialism. We are suffering from internal colonization. So they subsidize the farmers in the north. This is a program that we all know. The federal government of Nigeria consistently for years, I know very well, for many years, spending billions of naira from the oil in our land and using it to subsidize the rice farmers. Using it to subsidize rice farmers. The government buy them fertilizers, get them tractors, get them tools, equipment, machineries that they need at a highly subsidized rate. Why? Because they want them to produce enough to flood the market of our Biafran region to ensure that finding food to buy or finding crops to buy will not be the problem. So much that we will begin to see no need to farm because Aboki will bring them. Aboki and rice, or tata, or Aboki and beans, or tata. That is what they are doing. That is why they are treating you as that colony. You are a foreigner. Like the Vietnamese government will sponsor their farmers, like the Canadian will sponsor their farmers, like the Americans will subsidize their cereal farmers. Go and take the price of soya beans many years ago and look at how it skyrockets once we got used to it. They have killed the ginger that we have here. Very soon their own ginger will be the one we'll be having. And when it is now left with theirs, when they have given us enough laziness, juice of laziness, and we are drunk with it, and we see no need in going back to farm, then they will come and tell you the real price of that food they are bringing into your land. That is why they don't subsidize farmers from Biafran region. They don't. They don't. They are subsidizing their own so that they will make you feel you don't need to go to farm. One day, you will want to cook that money that you have and eat, but it will not be possible. And to avoid that day, that is why we are here, saying the things we are saying and trying to make sense to those who might find sense in them. Mazi, as a former, please, your hand has been up. Sorry if the hand is now paining you. The mic is yours. The mic is yours. Mazi Obiefuna.
Is it Biafra? I thought you said it's a former. Is it my turn?
Sorry, as a former.
Okay,
Sorry,
sure.
yeah. If he's speaking already, please, somebody kindly indicate because I can't hear him.
Mazi is not speaking. We are not hearing anybody. I can see another person. He's muted anyway. Biafra is muted.
Okay. Mazi is the former. Okay, Mazi Obiefuna, please have the mic.
Okay, thank you very much. My greetings to everyone on this space, the host, the co-host, and all listeners. Mine is in the form of a question. So I'd like to come this way. When you ask people to go to the moon, they often leaves them with a question: how do I get to the moon? And what we're discussing today is very important. And I do not think that, or maybe some of us do not think that we want to do this at a small level, say like subsistence, agriculture. A lot of us would like to get into the business side of it, where you get into large production, whether it's in animal farming or crop farming. However, so what I'm trying to ask is, does IPOB as a body have any initiative or plan to have any initiative whereby support is given to Biafrans in terms of research? I believe that a lot of people do not have farming experience. And when you have somebody who wants to invest 50 million, 100 million naira into agriculture as a first time thing, it's not that easy. So, what other form of encouragement is there on the ground? Say, okay, if you want to go into this part of farming, this is the kind of market that we have available. This is the potential. If you want to get to this kind of skill, this is the amount that you should likely invest or set aside. Something like this. So, is it there, or is it something that the leadership can look to and say, okay, we're going to provide the support as well? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you for the question you just asked. Now is very, very, very wonderful question. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I will respond in this manner. Few programs ago that we did, someone came up to ask some question, and he was asked to send us a DM, and the leadership did attend to him. They did attend to him and resolve the issue. So yes, we have departments that have this researches. Some of them on an ongoing basis ongoing. We also have a lot of other information as to a guide on how you should invest, where you should invest, and what return you should be looking at. What metrics works in the in the calculation for our own land and our own geographical area. All this information, the leaders will be able to provide them for you. So anyone, either yourself or anyone else who have any question, can send us a DM on this very handle, Radio Biafra London. You can send us a DM there and we will definitely respond to you. Just be as detailed as you can so that it can be of help. But the leadership will give you the response that you need, Mazi. Is there any question that I missed from what you asked?
No, I think that solves it. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. Yes, and some of the things you asked in the question, in the coming programs, we will be rolling out some of those points one by one for our people to know what they can venture in, given where they are. If you have this amount, this is the kind of area you should look at. If you have this kind of amount, this is the kind of area you should look at. We also encourage our people, those who are in homeland, when you are being entrusted with a project by a brother, a sister who is, outside the Biafran region, please understand that they work hard for this money. I keep shouting this anytime we talk about something like this because I know why. Understand that these people work hard for this money and do your best. Do your best to represent the Biafran ideal that we want to practice, that we have been preaching. And be honest in that your dealings. This particular quality, if as a people we can make a solemn oath that we are going to live by this code, I can promise you today that food will flood the streets of Biafra land, that others will come to our land to survive. Because I know our people abroad. I know our people in different parts of the world, even those who are just here in Lagos, even those who are just in Kanu, outside Biafra land, anywhere at all. I know our people. If they want to invest in this thing, they are going to put a whole lot of money into it because they believe in it. And you can never advise somebody to stop the business he or she is currently doing, from which he or she have been able to raise capital for farming, and go back to farming completely. You can't advise that. So in the end, there are people that will be trusted with some of these things to handle. If you are the one, please, you are representing Biafra, and that should guide your behavior. And you investing also from abroad, you know how people are compensated for them to be able to work to their maximum. You know that certain condition is prone to breed dishonesty. You know that. Don't say this is Nigeria. If I give him 20 pounds, my own new car na car this akagoma. If I give him 20 pounds, it's a lot of money in naira. If I give him 100 euro, it's a lot of money in naira. That is not what we ask you. What you ask you is that, what will you pay this person so that he can leave everything else and focus on your investment? That is what you're paying for, not how much it costs to eat food on the street of Enugu or Onisha. No. You are paying so that this man will have enough, or this man will have enough for the children to be in school, for the children to feed without calling him or her all the time. Enough for medicals, enough that will give this person a focus. After you have done all this, you now have that right that when the person goes against all this to be dishonest or to steal from you or to waste your investment deliberately, that even the gods of our land will deal with that person. This is just to top it up in that area. I see your hand is still up, Mazi Obiefna. You want to say something in response, or you just...
No, my hand is not up from here. I don't know.
Okay, I can still see it. No problem. The Islander, please, the mic is yours. I think you will be the last on this topic so that we can move to the next topic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah, very important topic. And I'll say this, I wouldn't dwell much on it. I think our people are very ready for this revolution. It's just that the necessary infrastructure and facilities are not available to achieve that. I'll let our people know that I believe it was Malcolm X who said it, that a real sovereign nation You cannot say that you're free if somebody else is feeding you, if somebody else is educating your children, and if somebody else is providing your protection. It cannot be a sovereign nation if you're not able to provide these three key things for yourself: security, education for your children, and food. Education, because you don't want a foreigner to educate your children because they will be miseducating them. And Africa as a whole, and Biafra land in particular, have been extremely deficient in these three things. We have allowed our Almajiri education system to educate our children. We have allowed Almajiri to decide what we eat. And Almajiri soldiers, Boko Haram terrorists in Nigeria army is flooded all over Biafra land pretending to be providing security, while in actual fact, they are the source of the insecurity. That said, I know that Ndeba Obasina, DOS or Abwana thing cash. Whatever responsibility we cash, we throw at DOS. Yes, because we know they're capable. So I was going to suggest it's not something that needs to be activated now, but I'm just going to throw the idea out there so that, just brainstorming. Just like we're funding ESN, is it possible to create a fund which our farmers in Biafra land can access in order to do their farming? I can tell you categorically that just a Hamufu alone can feed the entire Biafra land. Every part of Biafra land has fertile, or Hafia alone can feed the entire Biafra land. We just need that coordination and organization. So they need fund, they need facility in terms of minimal processing and storage facility. But I know these things it's like somebody who was saying, instead of doing agitation, why don't IPOB do skills training for our youth? Anything IPOB shook their head, say they're doing, is see the agents come and destroy it. So I know that what I'm suggesting now is almost impossible to achieve in this present security situation. But if we see a governor that is, sympathetic to our cause, we can, go through them, because those rural areas also need access roads. I'm from Enugu State. I lived in an area called Uzowan, Umuwokpa specifically. That place is extremely, I don't know any part of Nigeria that is more fertile than that place. And the Fulani terrace has been a menace around that area. But they don't have any access road. I was talking to a fellow primary school mate from the 80s when I did my primary school. They say the roads that were there during Atonkbera era, there has never been any road constructed since then, from Mumulokpa through Adani, Aramelum to Anambra, abandoned. So if we can find a governor that will be sympathetic, we can at least go to the estates. Like I say, Ohafia alone can feed the entire Biafra land and fund the farmers there, contribute our money, just like we're supporting ESN, support the farmers, and they feed us. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mazi. Thank you. The message will be passed. And if there is such, we will also bring it back here. If there isn't, they will look into it, and hopefully something like that will be, it will be a great initiative. Just like you said, the fear or the problem is that once you start it, some people don't want it to survive. But for now, what we can do while the leadership, the DOS, try or figure that out, if they haven't already, is that we must talk to our governors. We must talk to our political leaders to also create programs that allows farmers to thrive in our land, that encourages farming. I know there was a state, if not Calabar, I'm not quite sure, Bayelsa, one of them, they had to cut short some of the time or give the civil servant a day off or so. I can't remember that, for them to go back to farm or to farm something. Let's call on our governors. We have tagged all of them in this program because they are the ones currently handling the affairs of our land politically. So we can't just keep quiet. We may not agree with their choice to want to stay in Nigeria or continue to stay in Nigeria, but the reality now is that they are the ones with the political power in our land. They are the one getting budgets. IPOB don't get budgets. IPOB is an organization, it's an institution that is on its own. We don't get yearly budget, we don't get tax, we don't raise all this money from gas, from LNG, from crude oil. No. They are the ones who are being given money. So they should make sure that they subsidize our farmers too. They should bring us equipment. Give us tractors, give us sprayers, give us, things that will help the farmers to survive, that will make farming attractive. Our rich men, our rich people could do that in your community. Buy a tractor, for God's sake. Buy a tiller. Buy anything that can help farming, and just hand it over to either your, do they call them PJ or JP? I don't even know what they call them. Your PGs, thank you. You either your PG, your Igwe, whoever is a leader that is trusted in the community, hand over that particular equipment. Hand over the truck, hand over the tractor, and say, this is for the community. Let them use it amongst themselves. If normally for a day, or to till or cultivate maybe 5 acres of land, or whatever it is normally costing 50,000 naira. You bring it down to 25, 50% off, so that there will be money to take care of the farm implement, so that there will be money to take care of that machine. You cut the price very, very short. Cut it half. Give them something lower they can pay for, just to be able to maintain, because they will not be able to maintain it if you say everybody free. And the buying will still wait for you to come and fix it. You don't fix it, they will say, is it the tractor you cannot fix that you bring to us? There won't be Biafra. But yes, we can do that. Some of you who are looking at, doing good things for your community, think about that if you can afford that. If you cannot afford that, find 1 or 2 people or 3 people, 5 people of like mind. Put your resources together and get some of these things in your community and put them under strict management, transparency. And you will see that you will farm more land. Our people are now tired. Now we go to the north and bring people that will now help us weed our farms. No, now. No, now. No, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't. So let's invest in agriculture. Let's expand from the 10.9% that we have been able to cultivate extra in the past few years. Let's go to 50% of the land. Let's expand. We have land. We have lands everywhere. Let's expand. I don't know, my co-host, if any of you want to say anything about this topic? We are heading to the second topic now, so we can vacate Radio Biafra when other people want to do their program.
Mazi, am I coming out with your Biafra?
Yes, sir. It's breaking, but I can hear you.
Yeah, Mazi, today I don't know what is really going on, honestly. The team is kicking us out up and down. Even though the only people I can see here is about 3 or 4 people. So, but regardless, we must continue. We must pass this message. I think this message, we have been hammering on this message. Agriculture. It's not only agriculture by planting or crops. I remember somebody saying something on TikTok yesterday about our foods. Most of us living in Europe today will know the cost of this avocado. Avocado is the most of the fruit that costs so much here. Even banana. I don't think there is any European country that plant banana or that avocado. All those things are imported. So we must look into those places and avoid cutting our trees because all these things are going down every day, every blessed day. I don't know how many villages you will go now to see the tree of Oswald. Even the main Oswald we are eating now, sef, we don't know where it's coming from, whether it's coming from even the Fulani people. So I want just to put this, just put our mind together for us to look into that particular areas. Trees is very important in Europe, especially Western world. You don't just go and cut tree anyhow. Even if you stay in your own land, you have to take permission before you cut. They will survey and monitor that place whether that tree is necessary for it to be there. So I will encourage our people. It's encouragement, not because our people only know I want to build the house, but Makutuole, maybe a tree that have been there before their grandfathers. They will just cut it because of whatever they want to do on the land. You can still avoid the tree and do whatever you want to do. So that is my encouragement on that particular things because all these things are moving away gradually in Biafra land. Both the Odara tree, the avocado pears, and this also orgy trees. The one they are planting for us now, that one is good anyway. The nano one, the short one, I don't know where they brought those ones from. Whether it's this even GMO or whatever. So we have to be very careful. While we are saying all these things every day, it's like we are repeating ourselves by talking about this agriculture every blessed Sunday because our people don't have good hospital. Whenever you are seeking for you to quickly go and see what is the problem, you see somebody maybe having a fibroid or having a very internal sickness, you will go to chemist. The one that annoyed me most is this: their chemist. Going to chemist to mix paracetamol and fensic. So because of what, I don't blame them. No money to even to go and do proper checkup. So we need to avoid all these things. Avoid particularly what we eat. Some of these foods that is coming from the north are being injected. Honestly, believe me, they are being injected. They want to turn us to Babi Allah. Upon all the things they have been doing for us for years, to us for years now, they still have many disabled people in the north more than the east because Chukwu Okabiama is with us. The kind of strength we have or whatever we are getting today, thank God for this social media that is showing us some of the things, some of the videos. Imagine when there is no social media. Our people never knew all these things. So, but today we are here to collect all those impressions. Anything you put in your stomach is very important, very important. So we need to control them and know how to do the necessary things. Please, Amaz, I think it's due for us to go to the next topic because I think 8:30, Radio Biafra is going to kick off from London. There.
Mazi, thank you very much. The agricultural revolution, let's all key into it and do our best. Now we are going to our second topic. Operation Show Me Your Work. The politicians in Biafran land have been the most comfortable politicians in the history of the entire Nigeria as we know it. They've been extremely comfortable. You see the way in the north, if you do something that is not right, you can come one day and people will attack you. They don't care if you are Ankadede or not. They will attack your car. Some happened recently. They don't mind dying while attacking your convoy, just to send a message that what you are doing is not acceptable. You see, when Deborah was unalived in the north by this extremist, Atiku made a post. Immediately they fired him. He deleted it. He said the post did not receive his authorization, his approval. Even though he knew that what he said, what he did was the right thing, but they still tell him, we put you there and you have to do what we like, Sharia or nothing, else we're not going to vote you. So the politicians in the north are very much awake to their responsibility. The one in the southwest, the little said about them, the better. You see, in our land, the best business you can do, the best retirement plan you can have for yourself is politics. Eyin Naya Beribe, a deputy governor, quietly joined the Senate, and he has been going back every 4 years. Take your scotch, smoke your cigar, have fun, come back home. Once in a while, he comes out and mentions Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We say, hey. Quiet, making his money. None of them can speak in the Senate or in the House of Rep. None of them can sponsor a bill that will demand the review of the Constitution and make sure that the word indivisibility of Nigeria is completely expunged from it. They don't have that balls. They don't have that balls. They come on the media and they tell you, I don't kneel before any man as except my chi. In the hidden, in the hiding, beyond the veil, they kneel down to Erankadede to get his approval before they will come and contest for any office in our land. You want to tell me that as Biafrans today, if we decide to hold our leadership accountable and decide who goes where and who doesn't, you think anybody in the north will come and appoint somebody and say, come and be our governor? Even Supreme Court will be afraid to make that declaration. But no, all we know is I know business. Can open shop. I don't care. Can open shop. And somebody is taking what it belongs to you, myself, and every other person, and is giving allocations of your own state to Erankadede somewhere and is pocketing the rest of them, and you don't have basic social amenities. Your classroom is dilapidated. You have no good source of water. Electricity is nothing to write home about. Your road network is a death trap. Your bridges are made out of bamboo. And they drive home all the time and they enjoy themselves and they come back and tell you that you don't have sense. We are going to end that in Biafra region. We are going to end it. We are going to end having electoral offices as a pension plan. Look at Godswill Akpabio as a governor in this political dispensation from 1999 till the time he finished. What did he do? What did he do in Akwa Ibom? You should go and show what he did. What did he do in Akwa Ibom? All this repainting project that they do here and there just to make name. We saw governors before him. We saw governors after them, what they have done. Victor Atta did a lot of things that you can still see today in Akwa Ibom. This guy went there, squandered money, everything, and went back to Senate. Even when he lost, glaringly, right before your eyes, they took that thing and said, what they're basically saying is that you, when did you come? Go and see that most senior people go Senate. You want to go Senate. What do you want to go find for there? Godswill Akpabio is a Biafran. What did he do for his constituents? What is he doing? What are his responsibilities as a senator? Even Senate president, for that matter. What benefit has that brought to his people? What are his core responsibilities that he has been doing as a senator? They're scattered everywhere in Biafra land. They are everywhere. In Bayelsa, they are everywhere. That is why we want to hold them accountable. And as a Biafran that is listening to us, we are going to put the next 100 days in complete full speed of this accountability. Today is 22nd day of the month of March 2026. Let us give ourselves a consistent back-to-back 100 days of showing us in your area the basic amenities that you have in your area, how developed they are. In what state are they? Do you have any at all? Does it even exist in your location? In your community, do you have a health center? Do you have a health center? Do you have school at all? If there is school, is it in good condition? Is it in a condition that makes learning possible? Or at least conducive? We want to hear from you, from every community in Biafra land. Every nook and cranny of Biafra land, this is a call that we must answer. This is a call we must answer, starting from this very night. We must prepare our phones, we must be ready, and we must go to all our community, each and every one of us. Take picture of your school, if you have any. Take videos of your school, videos of your health center, in what condition they are, and whose responsibility are these amenities to fix. Take videos. Go on social media, if you're on X, if you're on Facebook, anywhere you are, on TikTok, post this thing with the hashtag show us your work. The hashtag is show us your work. Post the video, post the pictures, describe them, put the names in the video or writing, whatever. Put the names of those who are responsible, those whose duty it is to ensure that whatever social amenity, whatever infrastructure you are providing the pictorial evidence of, or the motion image evidence of, that the person's name is listed and mentioned, and whatever their office is, whatever their political office is, mention it there. If you are good with editing, put their pictures there. We are going to be monitoring this hashtag every day for the next 100 days. Every day. Let's hold these people responsible. So that if you are not doing well, if you have been there taking, what do they call it? They have this thing they call constituency, whatever. This money they give them, these senators, House of Reps. When they collect all this money, they spend it on themselves. Their children will be everywhere and the community is dead. So your schools, send us videos of your school with the hashtag show us your work. Send us videos of your school, your health centers, the road network, your source of water, source of drinking water, source of potable water. Show us videos of your source of potable water. We want to see it. If it is excellent, put it there and put the hashtag and praise the person that provided it. If they are bad, put it there and put the information that are necessary for these people to know that this is not going to be business as usual. Your bridges, how do you go from one community to another? Is there some bridge that have become death traps? Video them. Tell us how long that bridge has been the way it is. If there have been tragedies there, list those tragedies that happened because of how that bridge was. If you are living in an area where, because of bad road, kidnapping have become rampant, list it. Let's know who to hold responsible. Enough is enough. Like I said in the opening of this program, Anthony Enahoro was a politician too. You can say he was a journalist, but he's still a politician. Every politician has a background. Don't we have journalists in politics too that are just messing up? We have successful business people who turn politicians and become worse than those who never had any business in politics. In our land, the time has come that no Rankashidede will appoint who will lead us in any capacity. So you that is listening, you know when IPOB say that we are going to put fire on this, we are going to put it. You know that one, you know already. We did the same thing to Christian genocide. We know how, we know what it resulted into. So when Biafrans say they are going to do this, they are going to do it. I don't have to tell you that. So it is your choice now to listen and do the right thing. Those money you are gathering that you want to go and do and share during campaign, that are going to use to buy votes during election, my brother, my sister, use that money to develop those basic amenities to the best condition, because we are coming to put torchlight on that. We are going to beam our light on these things. Use that money now that there is still time to build the things you ought to build. If not, when your community will be in focus, you are going to see how that result will turn out for you. Anyway, that is just to get this program on this topic rolling. And the topic, like you know, is a focus on our politician in Biafra land to keep them on their toe and ensure that the right thing is done. That is what we are discussing. And all of us will be participating in that. We are going to be citizen journalists in this. We are going to be citizen journalists. Let it flood the internet. In the next 1 week, let nothing trend on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, except this hashtag, show us your work. And like that till the next 100 days, in full speed. My co-host, any of you want to come in, please? The time is yours.
Yes, Mazi. Mazi, thank you so much. I think you have explained more about this particular show us your work. We are just going to add for what you have said here already because we have many of us have many different dimension of expressing our own mind or ideology. What you said this evening, or what we are discussing as our second topic, Operation Show Us Your Work. Why I pick interest so much in that particular topic is our people are very funny. You will still see somebody here now coming to ask us, why can't you IPOB do this? Why can't you IPOB go and arrest them? Why can't you IPOB stop them? Before those questions will come because we know our people. That's why we do always try to cover up all those areas. I want to still make it clear what we are fighting is Biafra. And we are agitators. We are not a government yet. Whether we can call our region Biafra, we can call it Eastern region, anything you can think of. We are not government yet. We are still under Nigeria. That's why you see today some of the places in Biafra land is very difficult for our ESN operatives to enter it because there's a way you will go there, they will kill our boys or they will sabotage them. So we are not government. What we are here to do is to campaign, to ask them questions because if you feel that internet has no power, internet has a power which these governors or politicians knows about internet. Anything you drop on this particular app or you say on this particular app, especially when you say it as it's supposed to be, it must affect them in one way or the other. It must. If it doesn't happen this year, it will happen next year. That's why you see some of them sometimes will come and counter some important. Some of them has their own media to encounter things like Mazi, as he said. We encourage everybody to put that hashtag, tagging them from your local government. If the local government chairman is the problem, bring his picture, tag him. Tell us what you have been doing, how much you have been eating, or whatever. You are in the best position to tell us what is really going on in your own local government. We are going to tag all of them. We are going to expose all of them so that they can be able to take responsibility of what is going on in our region. Because whether we like it or not, they are still getting money for me and you. We cannot be here every day blaming only Fulanis. Fulanis or Lamajiri, as Mazi Habasi said, they are giving them money as well. If they are not getting any money, you will not see them there. There is nowhere Igbo man go if he doesn't get or know any profit, especially when you are in that particular position, they will not be there. So they have to, all of them, from the local government chairman down to the senators and the governors, have to explain to us what they have been doing with our money. Otherwise, they resign. This is not the time. Again, they will come and tell us next year 40,000 will go to Kafanchan or 4,000 youth will go to. We don't want those things. What we want is in our land is development. Imagine we are a village. I don't know a village I will call also one. Let me use that one. Where you go to that village also one now, you get a sprinkling water, pipe on water running, get a stable current. My fellow comrades here, the truth of the matter, the only thing that can develop a country or a society is these two things I'm saying now. A very sprinkling water, a current, constant current. Where are you going again? If you remember that you want to go to Lagos, there's some part of the Lagos you are going to, there's no current there. You will stay in your village, be constructive. With current, you can stay in your garage and do many things. We have technical schools, we have children who have things upstairs to do, but because of current today, they can't be able to achieve anything. We have to hold these people accountable. This particular month, until the next month, we must hold them accountable. Anybody, no matter where you are coming from tomorrow, that is Monday. If you know that in your local government have not been doing, or your representative in the Senate, we need to tag all of them. We need to bring it to the public to see what they have been doing. Let them come and tell us why they have never failed to be developing where they are representing people. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you will still die. Today, we are going to say it and talk. Let us wait for the consequences because enough is enough. We are not carrying gun. We are not killing anybody. What we are asking here is a simple question. And it is left for them to bring their evidence to the table. So, Mazi, thank you so much. I will leave this particular topic here unless it's necessary for me to come back. Mazi, one question. I don't know if you have something to say.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much. You've made justice. The same with our host. You've made justice to the first topic. I think this is the time. To me, I think these both topics are a little bit interconnected if you really look at it, because if you have farm and you're growing, you have your own food. A politician, a corrupt man would not come and give you a bag of rice, which is not even up to $20. Well, give you a little bit of 2,500 or maximum 50,000 naira, and you sell your soul to them for another 4-5 years, for another 4 years, according to their political distance. See, there's something we need to learn. There's a reason why we elect people. There's a reason why we have politicians. The politicians are supposed to be our eyes, our ears. And the politicians, their politics, what they are doing, their help is supposed to reach all the way to your village, to your community. That is how this politics is supposed to be. And I usually use Canada as an example because this is a country I've come and I actually understand what politics is and understand what it means to actually care for human. Up here, I'm staying right now in my apartment. I look across the road. I see who I will call the deputy mayor, a mayor that controls it like your governor, and then the deputy mayor. He lives like his shop is like close to my place. And if you see this man, you won't even know he's a mayor. Not even if he's a deputy mayor, you won't notice. He doesn't dress like them. He doesn't act like them. They're just humble. Their main goal is to make sure that their community, a downtown core like this, these people put so much time and effort to make sure everybody is happy. There is hospital. Their kids do not go to private schools. All their kids goes to public school. Reason why? If a governor cannot build a better public school, then their kids should also be going there. Whatever other people are learning, their kids should learn it. Hospital. Our governor's family and the governor himself or a mayor doesn't go down to private hospitals. They don't have anything like that. They go to public hospital, the same hospital me and you goes to. What am I trying to say? Our politicians are supposed to look out for us, not for their own personal gain. All those entourage, they carry 200, 300, 400 entourage just to visit one place. All those things are your money and our money being wasted. Those money that are being given to them to better the community or better the state, they use that for their personal use. We need to learn to hold these people accountable, call them out for their atrocities. You cannot keep selling your soul for an ordinary $20. Do you know that $20, you waste that in seconds? That's 20,000 naira. You waste $20 in just a one time like this. But our people, you will waste your life, your whole 4 years of your life, your future, your generation for that $20 because you want to please a politician. Alessoti is someone I respect because he is the one that actually came out and seek for the people and they are building for the betterment of the people. That is the way our politicians are supposed to do. 24-hour electricity. If you ever take away electricity in this town, the government are supposed to pay you back for that electricity. For that 1 hour, 2 hours, or a day, anytime they take that electricity up, they pay you back. That is a working system. That is what we want in our own state, in our own communities, in our own country, where where our own comes first. What we want, the betterment of us comes first before the politicians. I see over here some of these our politicians, their kids. Some of their kids in this country, they are all enjoying. Maybe you see few of them that are trying to be better than their parents. But the truth is, they are using that money they're supposed to use to make your life better, providing you better health care, providing you better education, a standard school, not some rundown school. I remember back in the days, you go to GSS in Obibo West, that market area, you go to GSS, that is the worst rundown school ever. But people still go. We go from from Apamrea. If we go from Obibo West all the way to that place just to go to school there. And that is because we don't have something good for the people. The government are not thinking of the people. They are thinking of their own personal gain. Even when they are thinking, they have not been able to provide you. Like, since I was born till my age now, I have not seen a single governor in our state build a factory, one. I've never seen one build a functioning agricultural, a functioning like farm. I've never seen one. I've never seen them build a school, like not all this African school that they build 4x4 and they call it class. A real school that will educate the people. I've never seen them, that school till now is being maintained, taken care of and given a standard education. I've never seen one. So what are their jobs? What are their jobs? Our kings don't do nothing, our politicians don't do nothing, and we as human beings, we are as dumb, gullible, and easily manipulated. I'm including me. We are easily manipulated. We run away from our father's land, we go to the Western world, we are showing we are better. But in our own land, we cannot do better because our governors are all corrupt. Our governors think of their family themselves before they think of you. If you as a human being, you're able to get 100, 200,000 from them, you sell your whole community. You sell your mother even join. But that shouldn't be the way it should be. We should be able to enjoy the fruit of our land. Everything that we produce, everything we own, though the governors are not doing anything, but we should be able to feel okay and safe and comfortable in our own home. And that is why I love this topic today. We should stop being quiet. Stop being easily manipulated with just 2,000, 3,000, maximum 50,000 naira. Stop being easily manipulated. Stop losing. Stop selling your own identity to these politicians. Hold them accountable for their actions. I will hear the mic now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We have some hands up. Mazi, black and white. If you are also here, you want to speak, and maybe you don't know how to raise your hand, you can just unmute and speak so that we can notice you and then give you a chance at the right time to speak. Mazi, black and white.
Hello, Mazi. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening, Mazi. Good.
Yes, I hope I'm coming out clear, though. Yes, I just want to add my voice. I didn't earlier. I joined, but the transmission went off, so I don't know what happened. But I want to add my voice to this issue of holding our politicians accountable. Naturally and study. So if we have because all the political leaders that we have come from within us. These are not people who come from somewhere else. These are people who come from within our societies. So what we see in the political class is a reflection of our society. And these are the representatives, and these are the reflection of the representation that we have based on who we are as a people. And for the fact that the people doesn't even know their right is another major issue. When citizens doesn't know their right, it becomes difficult for them to even make the right demand, ask the right questions, and push for the right causes. When you look at Nigerians, they don't even know the Constitution. They don't read their Constitution, but they read the Bible. They read the Quran. They can quote from Genesis to Revelation, but they do not know their Constitution. And that is why you see that the police harasses them, because the police and the forces know that these people doesn't even know their right. They can't question the law. They can't question the law enforcement. And when you cannot question, so when the society has been reduced to that level of illiteracy that people do not know their right, it plays. And that is why they have every day continuously to reduce the academic standard. When you look at the lack of investment in education, is on purpose, because an uneducated people are much easier to govern. When you have illiterate society, it is easier. It is much easier to manipulate them, much easier to. I don't know if I'm coming loud. Am I coming out?
Mazi, please, you can round up.
Okay.
You can round up, Mazi. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. So I think that over the years, things we as Biafran agitators are supposed to be doing, even from the inception of our agitation, is what we are doing now by holding the political class accountable. And I think that this new phase of our struggle is going to open a lot of questions in the mind of our people. Is also going to make even the political class start to understand that our attention have shifted. Because while we even talk about Biafra, agitation for Biafra, we are even using the Biafra agitation to kind of cover these politicians, because we are not even holding them accountable from the resources that are meant for us. So, but the moment we start doing it now, you see that they would also now start to understand that even we as Biafra agitators are not also, abandoning our responsibility in the area of political accountability. So it is the right thing in the right direction, and I think we have to push this front to make sure that we continue to educate our people on their right to demand. When I see people taking rice and beans for vote, taking fridge and sewing machine for vote, then you see that your right is even being exchanged. These are benefits that are supposed to come to you on a daily basis as a citizen without any string, without any condition attached. But they are giving you rights in exchange for vote. Man, it's a crazy society that we live in, believe you me. We live in a society where people go to Caritas and take beans for free. We live in a society where people go to Caritas here to take clothes, shoes. They are being run by organizations, not even government, though government support them. But these are things you can go there every week or 2 times in a week based on your demand. It's free. Sometimes they even give you the one you've not consumed, you throw them away in the dustbin. And this is what they are using to hold our people and enslave them. Food that is supposed to be a free food for every citizen. Mazi, it's a terrible situation that we have found ourselves, and things have to change.
No, Mazi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mazi Black and White. Thank you. Yes, we have just 15 minutes to round up this very program. If you have any aspect of this program you want to share an opinion on, please request the mic. Gabriel, you are requesting. If I try to pick you, it drops. I don't know why. Mr. Gabriel, are you there?
Hello?
Is that Gabriel?
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
This political issue about our leadership and our leaders is very good topic, and most of the people who says things about this thing, I really appreciate their contribution towards this important topic. What I'm trying to chip in is mostly about this political issue is the problem we have starting from our kings, our local leaders, because before our kings doesn't participate in politics because they are the one that pinpoint the politician who represents. They don't participate in politics. So they guide our young men like Umada, young guys, all those, they guide them. They are not into politics. But right now it's so surprising that governors are making, electing leaders, which is unbelievable. In a situation where governor can elect our kings, everything is spoiled. And the kings are the ones that are holding these politicians into check, because the politicians is nobody without kings. But in a situation is the other way around. The politicians are now holding the kings, paying them. Everything is spoiled. They are not supposed to participate. They are not supposed to get any paycheck from the politician. That's the major problem we have. And when they are getting all those things, Now the government is controlling them. Equally, government is controlling us. So if eventually, my brothers and sisters, if there is any way we can change it the other way around, push it back the way it was before, so that any king in a Biafra land will not participate in politics, because the people are supposed to be paying them. You know, the local contribution from the communities, how they are supposed to be getting paid, so that they will concentrate on the local people instead of getting paid from the government. Then government is controlling them against the people. So please, that's what I'm trying to say. If there is any way we can do it, that's what I have to say about this thing. Thank you, everybody. Wow, looks like. Hello? I don't know. Hello? Looks like I'm
Mazu,
not.
Mazu, yes. We had you, Mazu. Thank you so much
Okay,
for your contribution.
okay.
Yes. Radio Biafra, are you there? Mazu Wilkins, to take over, please. Call the people their hand is up. We can address this thing later.
Okay, thank you. I think I don't know if anybody can hear me. My network. I don't know if it's my network. Is a bit bad here. Can you guys hear me?
Mazu, go ahead. You are coming out clear. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. There was something that I brought out. I can't see who spoke last because I think our system is under a very bad attack today. But there's something you say that there's no governor without kings. But I think that is a wrong narrative. I think that is a lie. There is no people. That is what you're supposed to. There is no people. Without the people, there is no governors. Okay? That is why the people are supposed to hold the governors accountable. Without the people, there is no governor. Not the other way around, that without the governors, there is no king. That is just wrong. Okay? Thank you so much. I don't know, anybody that want to say something? I cannot see much people. Just give me one second. Anybody that want to say something? Please, I think you said your name is the Eastlander. I can see your hand up. You can round up because we're kind of going down. Kind of, signing up for the day. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks again. So, when I believe it was Mazi Chinasa who posted this, I responded by saying, "How are we gonna do this when traditionally we don't even participate in zoo politics, and also being a lawless criminal space that Nigeria is, especially Biafra land, how are we going to empower the people to elect their own representative? But how are we going to hold them accountable? They don't listen to anybody. But come to think about it, I'm like, okay, I trust the DOS. I trust the DOS. They have never failed. They have always delivered. I trust them like a baby trusts the mother. So, but I also look at, recently I noticed a lady called Izit Okanwaleja. Just ordinary social media people. I think there's another one doing it in Uzuwani, Chukwode. And they responded, and there's a very bad area of that Nightmare Road in the Iwetiti area, college, Upi, and so on. And just because of that girl posting that video, they kind of responded. So I thought about it. So, okay, if ordinary social media influencer can get these people's attention, well, we have to do it. However, there's a guy called Governor Muneke, somebody sent him a video from somewhere in either MBC, somewhere in Imo State, and he made a video about it. And the representative responsible of the area said, "Oh, I'm not the local government. That is not my job. I'm just a house rep. That is not my job." It was about a school. So this is the opportunity if you're from the Biafran region and you've been nursing the ambition of becoming a politician in that space, but maybe discouraged by the lawlessness and how the votes doesn't count. Well, this is your opportunity. It appears Biafran people, IPOB will back you up so long as you can deliver and be accountable to our people. And all we know is that our land has to be taken care of. So if you're a politician from that space, whether you're the PG, the governor, the house rep, the local government chairman, all of you are responsible. It's high time you start talking to one another, whether you're APC, LP, whatever, PG, PDP, APGA. You have to be talking to one another, cooperating. Yes, in order to deliver to our people, it becomes a common responsibility. The people in the north, they don't care whether you're APC. They all work together for their own people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From this, I think Chinedu as Ifoma, is your hand up? I think, do you want to say something? Because we have to start rounding up.
Yes, Mazi. So much. Yeah, it's me. Yeah. Okay. Mazi. Yeah, I think this thing is something that have been long awaited, and it is as if there is nobody in that region that will hold this football accountable. If you watch all of the whole region, it is only our place where people goes to the National Assembly, goes to the House of Representatives, and all of those places, and yet there is no impact. Nothing. They don't bring home anything. Even sometimes we don't even know who they are. Even there was a time I saw one that looks like Abino, and I was even expecting that he comes from a different region in the country.
Are you still there? Chinedu, are you there?